Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to EVE Talk, your weekly look at the market in EVE Online. So I've also added Caldari fuel blocks to the banner below. The reason for that, I do think it's the most used fuel in EVE Online. Caldari is definitely the most popular race because of how races were implemented first in the game. And so yeah, I thought that could be an interesting one for a general feel for the situation in EVE Online. I think that fuels are pretty important for that aspect. So yeah, I've just added those, and as you can see, they've gone up a little bit as well, probably due to the Cryos release. So let's head over to the market and let's get started here with plex, of course, and I'm writing down 45 seconds for that. So plex 784 for the sellers, 766 for the buyers. I'm seeing some decent numbers on the sell orders here. Look at that, 75 of them coming in very recently, like something like 10 hours ago. So not bad. If I go for the 1 month chart, then next, as you can see, it's corrected back from a high of 810 million ISK, so that is pretty significant. Still, one thing you should keep in mind is that last week plex might have been 811 million. The week before that they were 785. And so them being at 784 now is not necessarily a complete break in the trend just yet. It would have to go a little bit lower before we can really say that, yeah, plex have spiked. But if you look at this chart, at least it's a decent correction. It's back down to 785, and let's see, it's touching 780, and we are at 784 again already. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. If this can keep going for like another week or so, we might be in a real correction. Right now it's just too early to tell, but again, it is my speculation, my belief that this was a bubble. I cannot be 100% sure. The people that say this is not a bubble could be correct as well, but there are some factors to the Cryos release that might help the price to correct, namely the big ISK sinks that have been added in industry. There's also the added ISK sink for bidding on teams with the new industry release. Everything is a little bit more expensive to produce, so it might just help to switch the psychology of the players around. On top of that, CCP also started a Cryos plex sale, so this is probably going to be helping in that regard as well, and all of this could help the price to correct. But I have to be honest, the fact that it's back at 784, which it was just 2 weeks ago, is not an indication just yet that plexes are starting to trend down in any real way just yet. It would have to maintain that momentum for 1 or maybe even 2 more weeks before I would say that, yeah, we're definitely in a correction for that. Let's move on to the minerals then. Let's have titanium over here, and I'm writing down 325 for that. Let's have a look here. That's definitely a correction if you look at the 6-month chart, but it does seem to be bouncing off the 5.4 ISK price mark. Let's have a look here at sellers and buyers. Sellers 563, buyers 554. So there's actually a little bit of margin showing up here. 0.2 ISK. I think it's been a long time since we've actually seen that. Let's have a quick look here at the numbers. 1 billion, 400 million, 300 million, 300 million, 500 million. Recent up until this point, this feels more balanced. Honestly, this feels more normal. If I go for a 1 month chart, it's definitely been correcting for the entire month, but here again you can see at the bottom 5.4 ISK, and it bounced back off of that. If I then look at supply demand, that might just be the new consensus price around 5.5 ISK for titanium, and if the summer can maintain some activity, we might just be seeing titanium hold its price around the point it is here at the moment. That would be my analysis of this. Here, pyrite, pretty much a similar one, bouncing off the 10.2 ISK price here. Sellers 10.62, buyers 10.10, again a 0.5 ISK margin. Might not seem like much, but it's actually more than what we've seen in the weeks where it really went up in price or really down in price. The margins stayed extremely thin because there was a lot of activity. People were constantly trying to either get the best buy price or get the best sell price by point winding each other up and down on both these sides, and so the margins were extremely thin. This seems to me like it's a little bit of a healthier situation. If I look at the numbers on recent orders here, 50 million, 40 million, 160 million, and 328 here, 250, 300, 199. So yeah, that feels decently close to one another again. This looks like we might be starting a sideways movement after the correction, and here in pyrite though, on the 6-month chart, the correction has been pretty significant. Pyrite has moved against the grain when it comes to its price evolution. Over here we have Mexalon then also correcting. Let's go for the 1-month chart and see if we can, yeah, maybe here a bottom forming at maybe 44.5 or the 44 to 45 price band here. It's a possibility again. 44.46 for the sellers, 43.40 for the buyers. That's again a 1.06 ISK margin. I think we've seen Mixalon with as little margin as 0.4 and stuff like that. So it does look like we are coming in a healthier margin here as well. 75 million, 70 million units. The two actually 75 is not that recent an order. But here 16 million, 20 million and 10 million, and then here 47 is also recent, yeah, a recent one. So yeah, I would say this again feels pretty balanced. I'm expecting more of a sideways movement in these high-sec minerals for sure. Let's have a look then at Isogen here, also trending down for the entire month, but again here touched 116 ISK, and here it is slowing down. So let's have a look if there's oversupply. Unfortunately here I am seeing still some oversupply, 27 million units, 17 million units, although this is a little bit older and nothing like that in the buy orders. So Isogen might still need like another week to trend down, but after that, if supply demand does stabilize, we might just start to see sideways movement in these minerals. So that's pretty interesting, I think. Let's have a look at Noxium, what I would call the in-between one. That one is still correcting and it's in fact breaking 610 ISK, 620 for the sellers, 599 for the buyers. So yeah, that one doesn't seem to be slowing down just yet. Because yeah, it's just breaking through 620 and the latest data point is below 610. The buy orders don't seem to really want to compete that much here at the moment. I'm seeing very small numbers with 0.3 ISK even on the last uptrend attempt up here for only 300,000 units. So I think this could continue to go down, honestly. Let's have a look here at Megaside then, also clearly still trending down. Look at that, breaking 1300, sellers 1325, buyers 1280, 700,000 units over here. Yeah, 1.9, 2 million at 1270, which is where, well, which is still below here. So yeah, still looks like it's going down in my opinion here. Next up, Zydrine. That one is trying to stabilize. After breaking 600, it is trying to say, well, I think that's low enough. 598 for the sellers, 574 for the buyers. Still 10 million here coming in, pretty recent. Another 2 million on the buyer side. It's not there, so I would not be surprised that Zydrine goes a little bit lower. Still, you have to keep in mind these null-sec minerals, the more expensive ones, are often dictated by the sell orders. And so it could be that people are not willing to go much below 600 ISK just yet, and that we might see a more stable price for Zydrine because of that. It's a possibility, but I'm seeing more supply than demand in these null-sec minerals. I'm seeing a more stable situation in the high-sec ones. That would be the mineral market in a nutshell right here. Next up, Tech One ships. Let's start out with the Drake, and that's at 940. And the Drake, oh, look at that, correcting back towards 44 million. Let's have a look here. 45 million for the sellers, 43 million for the buyers. And yeah, if I look at the 1 month chart, this is the 1 month chart, coming from 49 down to 44. It's a decent correction. Am I seeing oversupply? 4, 3, 12, 6, 17, 2. Also, well, could be from a 1 week order. 27 units right here being brought to them. All of pretty much this entire page here are recent orders. And so I do think that yeah, that there might be a little bit of oversupply. So it is really a possibility, I think, that after Cryos, where people just before that have been producing massively because of the cheaper prices, that now we are going to see a glut in supply for some of these Tech 1 ships, and then you will see a chart like this right here, like the Drake correcting yeah, 5 million, 10% down in 1 month, and it's really been a correction of 3 million ISK in the last week or so, so not insignificant. Let's have a look at the Maelstrom here. Buy orders, those are pretty much gone. 8 units coming in here, 4 units coming in here, both of these pretty recent. I'm expecting this to start trending down here as well. 188, 185 sellers. They're trying to hold on to 188, but as more supply is going to come in, this could actually start correcting as well. If you look for the 5-day moving average though, it's still pretty much on a stable market, but this leg down here, it's a little bit worrying if more supply does come in here. The Omen finally slowly been trending down, nothing too drastic to note just yet. Let's have a look at supply demand here as well. Well, 15, that's recent. 30, that's pretty recent as well. 20, that's pretty recent as well. Not seeing these numbers here, so Omen is set to go down in my opinion. The Rock, again, not that worrisome, except for this big order here of 10 units coming in very recently. Look at that, maybe 30 minutes ago. And that's definitely going to put a ceiling on what the Rock price can do. The trend for the entire month has already been done, and there is just no way with 10 of them here, unless something drastic happens, that price are going to break 200 again soon. So yeah, if more supply comes here again, we could see a correction in the Rock. And then the Talos here for the month, it's down as well. It tried to hold on in the last few weeks. Let's have a look at supply demand. I need to drink here for a second. That's gonna be better. Yeah, here again, 28 units, 17 units, very recent being brought to the market. Competition in the sell orders could mean a correction in Tech 1 ships. I think if this can keep up for a few weeks, if you're still seeing these big numbers being brought to the market on the sell order side, we could see a correction in Tech 1 ships. Add to that that there's less activity in the summer, and this could really materialize. Next up, Tech 2 ships for some trade opportunities, and I'll write down 13 minutes for that. 1300. Alright, let's go for the 6-month chart. That's always decently interesting here. Absolution after this correction, trying to hold on at 240. I would wait and see for that one. Astarte here, clearly at the top. If you have Astarte, try to sell them. Claymore, oh look at that, double leg up right here, and now heading for 300 million for the Claymore. Honestly, the Alliance tournament may be a part of this equation as well here, especially for a ship like the Claymore. If you've seen a few Alliance tournaments, you do know that this is a ship that has been fielded quite a lot. There may just be a reason why people have built some doctrines around that, bringing those to the market. Yeah, obviously if you have Claymores, or if you can produce Claymores, this is 300 million, where just, what was that, in June, so pretty much 2 months ago, they were at 210. That's 90 million increase, almost 50%, so that's not insignificant. Let's have a look here at the Damnation, also working on the next spike after hitting 240. Earlier than I expected, but yeah, it is here, 289 for Damnations, a second sell opportunity if you have not done so on this big spike right here up to 280. The EOS here again, yeah, a spike after hitting 290, which honestly it was a possibility after this correction. Previously it did start to go up at 280, but this was of course a possibility after reaching 330, correcting back to 290, and now it's back way up to 364. This could be the Alliance tournament talking here as well. And then the Guardian, Also a double spike with a dip below 130. This was definitely a buying opportunity that I talked about here. It's now going to slowly move its way down. I think it's just a little bit of a wait and see for the Guardian here. Sell opportunity might be over already as well. So yeah, be careful there. The Nighthawk honestly has been steadily climbing towards 265. It knew some spikes, but here we are in seller territory. Don't buy Nighthawks at these prices. Sleipnir here as well, could be Alliance Tournament related, up to to a 6-month high here. Current prices for Sleipnir is 280 million, so that's right at this point. If you have them, sell them. And then the Vulture here, well, it's still on its high of 320, and so that is yeah, not something I would invest in just yet. So yeah, for the Tech 2 market, we're in sell order territory at the moment on almost all of them. I would not be purchasing, making big purchases at these prices, and I think the Alliance Tournament is going to be a factor in this as well, especially on something like the Claymore. A double jump like that is not something I've seen before, and so I do think if you see a lot of Claymores being fielded in the Alliance Tournament, that could definitely be a reason for the second jump right here. Pretty interesting stuff, but at the moment I can't really say that I would invest any ISK in any of them. Let's move on then to the Tech 3 market, and we will write down 1625 for that, which is pretty interesting. You've already seen the Tengu probably in the bar below here going up 6 million, so not insignificant. Let's see what the other ones have been doing. Right here, this is a 6-month chart. For the 1-month chart, yeah, also 120 for the Legion, up to 138. So if I go for the 6-month chart here, nice little jump back to where we were maybe 3 months ago or something like that, and pretty close to where we were 6 months ago. So 139 for the sellers, 133 for the buyers. They are actually going up a little bit as well. This is interesting. Let's have a look at what the Loki is doing. 133, 137. So definitely jumping back up as well to, yeah, interesting, very interesting. Let's see what the Proteus has done here as well. Jump up to 140, not bad, and still holding at 139, 136 for the buyers. They've actually followed suit here. And then the Tengu jumping up to 145, 141 at the current seller price is 136. Oops, let's go like that. For the current buy order prices, they've followed as well. Yeah, look at that. Tech 3 ships have actually gone up 5-6 million in a matter of 1 or 2 weeks. Not insignificant. I'm seeing two possibilities for that. People are starting to invest in them. Honestly, 120 million was extremely cheap. I would not be surprised that there are actually people that have started investing in Tech 3 ships. Maybe, you know, planning to unload some plexes and putting that in what is a commodity that's been going down for more than a year straight. It might have been a good idea. Another possibility, of course, is some Nullsec alliances preparing some Tech 3 fleets for some bigger wars. That's a possibility as well. But this correction upwards is here, you know. All of them have known the exact same movement, so I do think that this is something pretty baseline that's happened to the Tech 3 market. People may have just started investing in that. I think it's a possibility. Honestly, if you look at, let's bring up the 1-year chart, and if you try to block out the little correction right here, you can see that we've been going down pretty much straight from 180 to a bottom of like 125 for the Tengu. Similar chart for the Legion, similar chart for the Loki. Look at that, all of them correcting for pretty much a year straight. The year before that it was pretty much just as bad, and then if you compare that to the plex chart, it's the exact opposite. And so that could be, honestly, if you are expecting a correction right here in plex, this could be the trade that you want to make, is sell your plex and invest in these Tech 3 ships, just because of the trends that they've both been having for an entire year. I'll grant that it's risky and you need to assume that that plexes are in a bubble, which is something that's very hard to do at times. But yeah, I think this might just be a movement in the market right here, because all of them moving like this in unison is not something I've seen them do before. Individual ships have tried some small corrections. You can see some small spikes here, but I've never seen all 4 of them do the exact same job in the exact same week. So I think that is pretty interesting. And then finally, for the extra material that I wanted to check, let's put down 20 minutes. It's one that I'd completely forgotten about, but I think it could be an interesting one. It's the refining implant, which is of course going to be something that you need if you want to get the most out of all of your refining. Before that, you could still get perfect refining in high sec very safely without these implants. And so yeah, it's pretty interesting. Let me see if I can find them right here. Zanu bean counter reprocessing. Let's have a look at that. Go for the 1 month chart. A little bit of much more movement. If you look at before July 20th, very stable in the 0.7 to 0.9 million band, and here now we are seeing some spikes, and this is also, I think, the 1% one, so the cheapest one. Interesting that we're seeing some movement here. Let's have a look here at the is this a 3%, 2% one? Reduction in reprocessing waste. Yep, look at that. Here pretty much stable for until July 13th. So this is the 1 month chart, below 20 million, and now here we are already at 24 million. Clearly a straight up correction here, so could be a movement. Yeah, and look at that. This one was the one that I was expecting, of course. 4% reduction in reprocessing waste. Must have been a pretty popular one for people that were actually caught off guard by this change. And look at that, that's a very nice jump. That was what I was expecting to see here. 135, 140, pretty much stable for the entire month, and then here Cryos hits, and look at that, a jump up to 170 million ISK. That would have been an awesome investment. It's an investment. I did not put the link. Some people must have put that link there, but it's really something I should have known. I should have seen this coming, and I should have been able to ride this wave up here as well if I'd done a little bit more homework. These are these opportunities. If you do pay attention to what's going to happen with the next releases, you can find these individual goods like here. The reprocessing implants were going to spike in demand for sure, especially here the best one would have been a great investment. And so I think this is a textbook example of keep an eye on all of these releases, keep an eye on what exactly they're planning to do and they're going to implement. Try to find these opportunities, they're definitely here. This is not bad. Let's see what they're going for now. 156, might have corrected back a little bit as well. Some people that have actually bought them are still trying to unload them. But yeah, from 135 to a spike that was close to 175, that was like 30-40 million in profit on every implant here. Pretty good, about a 1/3 jump up. So yeah, I think this is definitely a pretty good one. And look at this data point here, as high as 195. At some point someone made his move and made a lot of money. And this is what the EVE market is all about, you know, finding these opportunities can make you a lot of ISK. And I think someone or a few people definitely did make a lot of ISK right here in the first few days after Cryos. Interesting stuff. It's something that for me personally, I should maybe try and do a little bit more. But yeah, this is why I love EVE Online so much. This is why I love the market so much. Awesome textbook example of a release making people a lot of money and losing people a lot of money as well. Of course, people that were caught off guard, did not have the implants ready, and now wanted to get their reprocessing back up. Well, they paid the price right here, meaning profits for some savvy traders. Yeah, that's it for this EVE Talk, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.